Not sure I've ever been more proud of a team. You know, emotionally, Prager goes out, doesn't have a great first inning. Then we battle back into it, and then, you know, the injury. It's the third time it's telling these guys this is the third time it's happened to me in my career where right at the tail end of a season or in a postseason lost one of our best players. Happened at Tulane, happened at TCU with Luke and Baker. So and then to get down 6-3, you know, just the emotions of that, I think a lot of teams fold. But Chris gave us a big lift. I thought Hayden Schott had a lot of great at-bats, and obviously Jackson. So super proud of our club. All we've done is won a game. It's nothing more than that. So got to be ready to go tomorrow. I think Oregon has a good team, and we're going to face some good lefties tomorrow.
Start with Zane next, Travis.
Coach, I know you said that you've told the team that Braden Montgomery is lost. What is the injury, and could you expand on his status moving forward?
Yeah, I don't think he'll be back. I don't know the injury exactly. I haven't talked to the doctors, but yeah, I think he's out for the year.
And then, I mean, we've seen your team do what they do offensively all year long. What does it say for them to rip off 7 unanswered runs in the biggest stage and with the heat like it was today?
Yeah, it was awesome. That was a tough game. I'm going to give the home plate umpire credit. I thought he really hung in there. That's a very emotional game. Long at bats on both sides. Chris obviously helped speed him up on our end. But you know, we talk all year about the team not being about any one player, and you know, we harp on guys that don't get to play as much. And hey, man, you're a pitch away from playing in the game, or maybe the most important time of the season. And so, Caden got a nice hit. You know, Chestnut caught the balls that were hit to him in the outfield. So we'll have to make some lineup adjustments tomorrow, and we can handle this. It's obviously, I'm very confident in our team. Just at the moment, I feel just sick to my stomach for Braden. This really stinks, but he helped us get to that point, and he'll be a great teammate moving forward.
Go Travis, Tyler, and then Kendall.
Certainly know it was a freak accident at the plate, but what was Nolan's response to the play, and do you think that was a situation to send or hold, or what was your kind of view on the play?
Yeah, I mean, that's just the greatest second guesser in the world. I thought that it wasn't even a collision on the slide. It was just, I think he made a step to slide head first, so I don't think the send or no send had anything to do with it. Yeah, Nolan's, I mean, the only person that feels worse than Braden is Nolan right now, because, you know, he feels like, I'm sure he wishes something different would have happened, but that has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with it. All the second guessers don't even show up tomorrow. Just don't even come to the freaking game.
Back left, Tyler.
Coach, have you thought yet about how the lineup will look moving forward?
Yeah, we'll probably just, for the most part, just bump everybody up. We got to give Jace a little bit of protection, you know, obviously with Braden right behind him. I'm sorry, with Caden behind him, you know, that we got to give Jace some protection, especially against the lefty tomorrow. So we'll talk about it, but we got plenty of guys that can handle, you know, moving up in the order, and we'll be fine.
And have you seen a performance like this from Chris before? Is this,
yeah.
Would you say one of his best, if not his best?
I mean, certainly given the moment, it was his best. You know, he didn't. It's his first super regional, but he's pitched like that. You know, when we've been behind at Florida, and then what he's done is he's really done a great job of, when we take the lead, of continuing to fill up the strike zone. And so, I apologized to him earlier in the week about my statement last week, and he you know, he did awesome. We're super proud of Chris.
Chris, a career high strikeouts. Go to Kendall down front.
Jim, along the same lines as Chris, just can you just discuss his just maturation from last year to this year, just becoming the weapon that he's become?
Incredible.
Especially in that situation.
Yeah, great question, Kendall. Obviously, Max has had a huge part to do with that, but and Jackson back there catching him, but Chris has to go do it. And you know, it used to be when it would get a little bit sideways, he couldn't get the fan back on the belt, or the belt back on the fan. and now he can circle it right back. And against the lefties, against the righties, he's fielding his position really well. Couldn't be more proud of where he's come to this point, and hopefully there'll be a chance for him to pitch again if we can extend our season.
Go Ben, second row, then right next to Ben.
Chris and Jackson, how did y'all kind of try to regroup, I guess, Jackson, offensively for you guys as a team, knowing it looked like it was going to be a pretty high-scoring game, and especially with y'all fell behind and Braden goes down, and then Chris, for you stepping in, having trouble getting outs as a team, but then y'all kind of settled the ship. Just kind of what do you think was the key for you guys to be able to do that?
Well, I don't try to come in and pitch to the scoreboard. My job is to get outs. Prager's been awesome all year, and it was just an opportunity for me to go pick him up. I knew if I put up zeros, the offense was going to score some runs, and that's my job. Just go out there and put up zeros.
Yeah, I mean, we know we got guys like Chris that are going to come in and they're going to dominate. I mean, no worries. Like, that game could easily stay at 6 the rest of the game for Oregon, and there's just no panic button from the offense. I mean, we've done it before. We had, like, Georgia down 9-0 or something in the first inning earlier in the year. I think we run-ruled them that game. So just not hitting the panic button, saying good. That's why I wear these shirts, and, finding a way. Just never hitting the panic button offensively.
I know Prager has been good so far this season, so you kind of don't expect to come in a second inning, Chris. But what was your mindset coming into the game?
Go in and fill it up. It doesn't matter if I go in the second inning, third inning, or the ninth inning. It's the same thing. One pitch at a time, one inning save. My mentality doesn't change if I go in early or late in the game.
Second row, Brent, and then Donna.
Jim, what does that say about Braden? He comes back to the dugout, props his leg up, then he goes out for the Aggie War Hymn on crutches.
Yeah, good question. The thing, I've had a lot of questions about Braden since we've been here, and what's he like, and the thing about Braden is, like, in this era of college athletics, he's probably not even going to be here for 9 months. Like, he showed up in August, and our season's going to be over hopefully at the end of June, and then he's got the draft, so he won't even spend 12 months in College Station, I don't think. And he's been, I think our guys would attest that the greatest thing about Braden is he's dove into his teammates. He's literally this hasn't been a transactional relationship for him in terms of him coming here, being a great player, us providing him an opportunity to showcase himself in the SEC, and then moving on. It's been transformational for everybody involved, and I think. I told the team after the game that now Braden's challenge is to be the greatest teammate to everybody else that everybody's been to him, and Braden has been that, and now he's got to turn it up to another level, and our job is to get him back to Omaha.
Go back row, Donna, and then Kim will wrap us up.
For Chris or Jackson, you guys have talked about the team's camaraderie all throughout the season. How much do you think that helped in today's game with it being so emotional?
Yeah, I mean, on and off the field is just a very close group. I mean, just talking about Braden being here for only 9 months, and I mean, I guess there's a lot of us that have only been here for 9 months, so it's a tight group of kids, and yeah, I mean, someone's going to step up. I guess it was Kent today after Beaumont went down, and yeah, I mean, again, just not hitting the panic button.
I could say something about Beaumont. It's not even the playing on the field aspect. It's like I get to go home and I can play video games with the kid, and I have like the greatest time just hanging out with him, on the sticks, and we play for hours, and it has nothing to do with baseball. It's just the kid he's a kid, and I don't know, I couldn't be more grateful for him.
Kendall, you wrap us up.
Jackson, as somebody who sits back there and watches Chris, what have you seen from kind of day one to now with him, stuff-wise?
Well, the stuff's definitely different from when I first got here in the fall. Added that little sinker, slider moves. I mean, everything is just moving, and he's absolutely filling it up right now. So when you have stuff like that and it's staying in the strike zone, in and around it, I mean, you're going to see days like today. And so it's been just awesome watching his development, at least throughout the year. Special.